This is Radio Free Cybertron number 819. I am Brian Kilby. We are recording a little late this week. It's like the halfway between the normal time and the next episode. We've had some issues going on, but Rob is here. Rob, we really appreciate you being here. But you recently, just this past week, your mother passed, and we just want to extend our condolences to you on that.
Thank you. It's really kind of you. Yeah, it's been a hard week, but just nice to have some time to talk about something else, I think.
Yeah, you said that your choice was either to talk about robots or go crazy.
Yeah.
I opted the go crazy part, and you are definitely making the right decision.
Good to know.
I like going crazy talking about robots.
Yeah, that happens
Also
sometimes.
a fair option.
So it's Diecast. Matt's also here.
Yep.
Don and Chris.
Hello.
Yeah, my camera's off because I was looking like Max Headroom a while ago, so I figured no one needs that.
Well, nobody knows who's listening to this, so it's not a big deal, Don. But for
This
the
is
people,
a Don deal.
for the handful of people watching, I mean, I'm certain they're disappointed, but your camera is kind of screwed up.
And for the handful of people who showed up for a no announcement stream on a Sunday evening, thank you. Jeez.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep, totally.
Yep, that's the super fans.
That's the super.
Yep.
Okay. I really want to talk about what I didn't get this week, but I'll save that to the what we got this week section. So we'll talk about the news. First look at Legends class Scar and Swoop, and the first official look at Leader Snarl and Shattered Glass Grimlock. This was posted at comicbook.com, noted Transformers website.
On Tuesday, I think.
Yeah. Let's see here. So Scar is the
Ankylosaurus.
I was gonna say the Transformers with the hump thing on the back. It's like the shell, like a turtle and a tail.
Yeah, it's like a turtle. Yeah, that's what I thought of.
I don't know the dinosaurs, but I walk the dinosaur. So I mean, not shocking. I mean, if this is gonna be Dino King. So
Yeah, I love the fact that the spike ball on his tail is just the combiner hand.
I didn't even notice that. Oh my God, it is.
That's great.
Yeah, it's just a fist on the end of his tail. It's great.
That is hilarious.
Swoop looks really good. Just like as a toy, he looks really good. And his combiner hand looks like it splits in half to form two blasters, one for each wing.
Yes, Swoop looks like the winner from this line.
Yeah.
We have Snarl as well.
Which we knew about, right?
Yeah, we
that
talked
had
about
leaked
him
before.
briefly. Yeah, we talked about him briefly. Yeah. Super
pretty
excited about that one. My favorite Dinobot. Yeah.
Yeah, I wish this. I don't. So for people watching the video, you can see I'm sort of scrolling through, showing stuff, but like the pictures are large and they don't fit on our screen well. So I'm not spending much time on each one. He looks great. I'm so excited. I need that.
Yeah, we're gonna have to wait for several months for him to come out yet, though, which is painful. But
I want all these in G2 colors too.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know
I'm
what
just-
I wanted in G2 colors? Grimlock.
Yeah, I'm afraid if getting the Shattered Glass Grimlock may push back because they don't want to maybe saturate the market with too many Grimlocks at once.
I would think if they're doing more than one color, they'd want to run them all at the same time if the molds are in use.
Back to back, yeah.
Yeah,
that's true
so-
too.
I'd forgotten that Shattered Glass Grimlock was a thing. I think that happened on the show.
It looks really good in that G2 color or that Shattered Glass color scheme. I will admit.
Yeah, it does look
does.
pretty good.
He just looks boring to me. I don't know. He's kind of like almost like a Nemesis Grimlock. I
He's
just
Trypticon colors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he speaks with an exaggerated British accent.
He's an official evil dinosaur colors. I mean, I don't know what else you want.
We talked.
Right?
so we talked about if the other ways to get use out of this. Obviously, there's G2, but there's also the Overkill color scheme that they could go back to.
Oh,
Although I
yeah.
don't think Hasbro,
They're not going to do that.
I don't think Hasbro of today would do that anymore.
But I want it.
No.
And there's
I know.
also the other Grimlock that wasn't produced, the Tiger Stripe Grimlock.
Uh-huh.
Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh, Tiger Force Grimlock.
Oh my God. Sign me up.
Brian would buy that. Yeah.
So instead of Wheelie, do like, I don't
A
know,
Duke?
or Lifeline or something.
Bazooka.
Bazooka. Oh,
Riding
God.
Grimlock.
Yes. Yes, please. We know you listen to Hasbro. You can have that idea.
Heck, the Masterpiece Grimlock mold may still be viable. They could run that. They could run that and put a GI Joe figure with it. It'd be about the same price as the Megatron, I would think, maybe.
The Masterpiece.
Honestly, given the wheelie that comes with Leader Grimlock is, obviously about the size of a smallish human in an exosuit, you could probably get away with putting a GI Joe on that.
Yeah. I mean, just give me like a O-ring GI Joe in the place of Wheelie.
If
Yeah,
you
that
put
would
an
probably work.
O-ring Tiger Force Bazooka GI Joe with Tiger Stripe Grimlock, I'd pay a premium for that.
Me too.
Just
Yeah.
saying.
Yeah.
SDCC 2023.
There you go.
There's your idea.
Hasbro. There's your idea.
Yeah, I can see Grimlock and Bazooka get along really well.
So there's also the core class Ironhide.
Which we knew was coming.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's boring.
It is. That mold is not good. I mean, Core Starscream kind of ruined Core for me because just the ingenuity of something different to get Starscream from jet to robot, and nothing else in Core class has really.
Is Ratchet out?
Ratchet's been out.
Ratchet's
Yeah.
been out. Yeah.
Do I have it?
I like the mold. I like the transformation. The thing I don't like about it is mine will not stay tabbed together. That's the only disappointment I have with that. Otherwise, it's amazing.
Yeah, that's kind of common.
Yeah.
I've heard.
I'm checking to see if I even got it. I don't remember getting it.
For a core class figure, I think he's pretty cool.
Brian JT Prime in our Discord chat at tfradio.net/Discord. I don't know if he's funning with us, but he says G2 Grimlock is coming this summer by way of Walmart. I don't know if he's kidding or not.
I think
So
so.
I think that's
Does
I think
not
that's
appear
the
to
first
be.
time. I think that's the first time he's let slip that it's coming from Walmart, but that's not the first time.
Yeah, we've heard
Some of us
heard
have heard of that, yeah.
we've heard that. Yeah.
Yeah. Somebody asked which version of G2 Grimlock. Response was not sure. All I have is name, product codes, and packaging dimensions and price of $54.99.
Yeah, so
Sounds
there you
right.
go.
So apparently I have core class Ratchet, and I just completely forgot about it.
That sounds about right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's very. I wish I hadn't bought mine. Really, it's very forgettable.
Yeah, I ordered it in August, and it looks like I received it at some point since then. Oh, I got it in August. So it's been out. Yeah. Yeah. Very forgettable. Let's see here. Oh yeah, so we talked about Dino King. Evan showed off the Volcanicus,
Well, 80% of it.
80% of it.
2 Grimlocks. We still haven't seen core class Snarl yet.
Correct.
It doesn't look great.
It looks fine for a core class combiner.
Yeah.
It looks fine if it's going to get me a Dino King out of it.
The last
Yeah.
closest thing we got to this was Abominus. Was that right? That would have been comparable to this. Maybe the only thing,
yeah.
Hunters?
Yeah, back
Out
in
of-
Beast Hunters.
and that
yeah.
was
Yeah.
crap.
Kind of was.
It was not good.
It certainly tried hard for the price point it was coming in at, but yeah.
And the year it was made.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is fine.
I mean, Hasbro has definitely gotten a lot better at combiner technology on like all levels.
That was also
yeah.
made out of 5 core class figures, meaning the entire torso was 1 core class, unlike Volcanicus, which is 2.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's going to improve proportions quite a bit.
Yeah.
Sometimes I still think about getting that last night figure that was the Abominus figures with a new torso.
Infernicus.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think
I
I
thought
have
about
that.
Yeah, I thought about that too, but it was never like Toys R Us
That's
never
Toys R
put
Us
that on.
Yeah.
Yeah, they never put it on discount enough for me to actually like pull the trigger on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's probably why I don't have it either.
Yeah. So the big surprise for the week, I guess, was the leaking of Legacy Armada Optimus.
That looks so nice.
Which
Okay,
again we knew
so-
about.
How many redecos is this going to get? When are they coming out, and why is it not right now?
0 because it's a type or not, it's a commander class. What was the second question?
Well, I mean, so
we got Sky or Skyfire. He
Yeah.
got a redeco.
So
Yeah, and they're also doing re-releases of some of the core class or commander class figures. So it is
So-
possible if they have a repaint that fits, they'll do it.
so should this be roughly the size of the actual Armada Optimus?
It's smaller.
I mean, I figured it would be, but you like normally with these Armada or similar, or honestly, generally any of the post 2000 toys that come out of Generations, they're inferior typically to the original version of the toy. I'm certain this will
This
be
one,
too,
this one looks pretty good though.
but it looks awesome.
yeah, to be honest, I feel like this is like one of the opportunities to do something where, if not superior to the original, it's at least a lateral move because it's
Yeah.
not going to have the
I
remote controlled trailer.
yeah,
So-
the super mode. The super mode has actual robot legs.
Yeah.
And if I'm hoping that they can make something at the commander price class that I consider better just as a core robot than that Supercon Prime, which I loved. But that's going to be interesting to see.
I mean, they haven't made a bad commander yet.
No, like
Yeah, you're right.
Rodimus Prime, I just sometimes have feelings about, but it's not bad. It's just there's certain parts of it I don't like.
They all
done
can't be
differently.
Skylinks.
True. Yeah.
Yeah,
Skylinks.
you pretty much hit it right there.
Yeah.
They all wish they could be Skylinks though,
Mhm.
because
No, I think there's a good chance that the core robot from this will at least probably equal our favorite ever Optimus Prime toy.
Pretty much, yeah.
yeah, because I mean the posability there we've seen on leaked pictures, it looks pretty great.
Well, and that's the thing too. Like, part of the design philosophy now is to keep as much of that standardized articulation model that they introduced in Siege in every single toy, so that you know exactly what you're going to get out of the toys you buy. And like that's every bit of match for what that older Armada Prime, the small one, had. And I don't think they're going to skimp on that in a commander class package, even with the trailer having to have some articulation in its combined mode too.
Yeah. So
They hit the best of both worlds doing Motor Master, and this is basically the same principle, just applied in a little bit more self-contained package.
yeah, so it looks like the way it's designed, it's not really going to be. They can't like do it as a standalone toy, or they wouldn't, because the arms are part of the legs and such. But it would be nice if they could release just like the or the small Optimus Prime, the trailer part, the cab part. It's so nice looking though.
I could imagine the cab robot is probably largely on its own screws, and there might be flexibility in how it's laid out that they could swap some of the super mode specific parts out of that for different parts, and we could get a Selects Battle in a Box Ultra Magnus homage.
Yeah, I was
for
think
instance,
I was hoping like the Nemesis Prime.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that too. Yeah, that too.
Yeah,
I do like how
God, it's
all the
great.
gold on this is gold paint, and it doesn't look like there's any. Well, maybe the hands might be gold plastic,
I think they're yellow.
Yeah.
yellow painted gold.
It's so nice.
Maybe in part.
Yeah. I thought that
JT Prime also says this is the first year of 2 new commander molds.
interesting.
So Studio Series is getting one too.
Mm.
Ultra Magnus.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Oh, I did not know that.
There hasn't been a ton of talk
We-
around that.
We
We
mentioned
did
it before.
we did talk about it, but
Yeah.
yeah, not at length.
Yeah.
Just it was a name on a list.
Yeah, and that's basically where we're still at on it.
And I forget things.
Me too.
Yeah,
Same.
that's totally
We're getting
fair.
old.
Like, yeah,
Yes.
yeah, that's an issue. Not all of us get to sit and focus on this for most of the day every day. Like, we're not expecting anyone to remember everything all the time.
Yeah.
I just whenever if they do a recolor of Ultra Magnus, instead of doing Diaclone, can we
Killing
please
Jar,
Be
yeah.
quiet, Don.
yeah, please can we please
Be
get
quiet.
Killing Jar Magnus first?
Porque no listos.
Yeah,
If
that
it's
too.
You don't
if
take
it's
my
a good-
Diaclone colors away from me, Don.
Yeah,
Don't do
if it's a good Ultra Magnus, we require a Diaclone color.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
I mean-
but I'm just saying, let's get at least one of some of the Killing Jar before that Cyclonus mold absolutely disintegrates.
Yeah. So I wasn't expecting this because I don't remember this if this was leaked or not or part of JT Prime's list because I don't commit them to memory like I should. But Tow Line.
I think
Tow
JT
Line only
JT
leaked
Prime
this
had
past
something.
week.
Yeah, had something about this like early last week.
I love it.
I totally
am-
thought this was a custom. I did not even
Yeah,
realize.
yeah. I'm kind of torn on it because like the robot mode doesn't look anything like Tow
Yeah,
Line.
it's not
Yeah.
I
physically
love
accurate
the
to
colors.
it's not physically accurate to Robots in Disguise Tow Line in robot mode, and not really even in vehicle mode
I
because that
love
was
the colors.
Other than the fact that it is a wrecker, but
I love it.
and it has
I
a
like-
hook. Yeah,
yeah, it's totally in Mystery Machine colors. But
Yeah.
to me, what the vehicle mode looks exactly like something out of a '90s Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles toy line.
Yeah.
yes,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want
And
it.
I am willing to forgive the discrepancies in robot mode just for that.
I want
so
I want this in Robot Masters Wrecker Hook
yes,
colors.
yes.
Yes.
That's exactly what I was about to say. Like the robot mode would be ideal for that application, and
Uh-huh.
if
So
having
bad.
having this come through Target as a solid pack exclusive where it's going to go on clearance in 4 months afterward, is the road to eventually maybe getting this head again and this mold in the Robot Masters colors in selects or something, or an Amazon capsule or whatever. Like I'm fine with that. Basically though, like we were talking about talking in the Discord this past week about Tow Line, and like yeah, the physicality is not correct for it, but it also has the spirit of being a very like 2010s kind of repaint retool project.
Oh, or
And-
earlier, honestly.
Yeah, I was thinking.
Yeah,
a
I mean
little
anything
earlier,
from like
too.
Universe 2008 onward,
Mhm.
especially. But like it has a lot of that energy about it, and like I kind of love it for that.
Same.
I'm probably not going to go seeking this to buy it immediately when it comes out because this thing has clearance written all over it basically. But like I will own one eventually.
I mean, honestly, I was thinking this could be like, I would even go like as far as Universe like 2003, or like or 2000, whatever the earlier one that where they
Yeah,
just
you
took
just didn't
whatever.
really get
Yeah.
remolds so much.
Well,
then.
no.
That's
But
kind of
like,
that's kind of
yeah,
like why
fair.
we're zoning in like 2010 for that, because that's really when you would start to occasionally get like the head swaps to make something work a little bit better.
yeah,
The other thing too that this could open up is Machine Wars. And
Hubcap.
like if you've been paying attention to like stuff Mark's been saying on his Instagram posts and even in the like live calls, like he's got Machine Wars on the mind. So like hopefully that's gonna lead somewhere at some point, and we'll actually get maybe a little Machine Wars capsule in somewhere, and this will be part of it.
that would be wonderful.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, if they get to Machine Wars Optimus Prime, Thunderclash is a very easy step to take.
Yeah, and we've got that Skyquake mold that could be put in black and gold and be our Starscream.
He mentioned Machine. It was Mark that mentioned Machine Wars Megatron, right? One of
Yeah,
them. Yeah, and
yeah, because he said he wanted the blue jet.
Yes, yeah. Megatron, Megaplex, Hoist, Hubcap, Prowl, Mirage. Was there a fourth one? It was just three.
Not a small one. We
Yeah.
had there's a race car mold, a jet mold, and the tow truck
Yeah,
mold.
yeah,
Those
so-
are the flip changers. So
Yeah. Oh, man,
that's
it'd
easy.
be so easy to do.
Yeah, and the rest of the line, like you can almost get there with molds that already exist anyway. Double Dealer as Stalker. If you had to, you could take Spinister, the Spinister mold, and do Sandstorm off of that. It would not be ideal, but neither was Rotor Storm, and it still worked.
Yeah, I mean,
they-
he was based on Rotor Storm, so
Yeah, they've got the resources to do this. So
yeah, of course, and Starscream from Skyquake.
yeah.
That's perfect.
Mhm.
I want this so bad.
you can taste
Please,
it.
please, Hasbro. Oh,
please, 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 Amazon, take this as the capsule.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Is capsule Amazon?
Capsule is like the
It's the inside term for like a whole subline that's exclusive.
Like Velocitron was a Walmart capsule.
Or Wreck and Rule.
Okay.
Yeah.
leader class Toxitron. So JT Prime's in the chat. Like, where's that going to be? Is that like a Walmart? Do we know?
I think he said Walmart.
Okay, he's responding to Paladin. I mean, I'm assuming Walmart because, Walmart just kind of seems to take all this stuff on. Like, you mentioned Universe 2003 earlier, and like a lot of Walmart's practices with exclusives right now reminds me of Universe 2003, where they took on a ton of stuff.
Yeah, that was a Walmart exclusive, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Universe itself was not a Walmart exclusive, but they took on a lot of Universe branded exclusives.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, that's mostly where I saw it. Like, but like you would see stuff like Family Dollar, Dollar General, like the little spy changers. But like
the little stuff.
Yeah, but the deluxes and higher.
Kmart had a lot of them too.
JT Prime says that Toxitron is either Walmart or Target. Not 100% sure yet.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, I mean, I've seen several Laser Primes just sitting at Walmart. So, I mean, Target. I mean, so hopefully they won't pass,
Well, if it was Target, it would come out in buzzworthy packaging, and Target seems to be willing to take just about anything in buzzworthy packaging, no matter what. That line's been going for, 3 years now?
Yeah.
What happened with the Amazon exclusives? Like, we haven't seen any
Not
Amazon.
recently.
Yeah, it's been a while. Like, they're due.
Amazon actually emailed me a link to a survey about Transformers exclusives.
You like to take a
several
survey?
weeks ago.
Really?
Yeah. So it may be something that they're like reevaluating internally as to what they want to get out of this, what they think their customers are expecting. I wouldn't think Amazon exclusives are off the table by any means, but there might be a little bit of a bump in the works as they kind of try to course correct on this. If maybe they think Wreck and Rule didn't do as well as they wanted it to, for instance.
So first look at Build-A-Buddy Optimus Prime. Now, is Build-A-Buddy like a brand that Hasbro does, or is this like this is
Tomy USA.
Oh, wow, that's something. Has anything been released for Transformers under the Tomy?
Not that I can think of off the top of my head. Probably not.
Yeah.
I mean, there's certainly no reason that they couldn't. It's just not how the branding has worked here so far. And this Build-A-Buddy thing seems to be a new line, and there's, one of the entries is going to be a Transformer.
The other entries, according to the article, say Batmobile and a John Deere dump truck and tractor.
I like this, and I like toys that are interactive like this, at least in the sense that you have to build things. Mm. I'll buy this. No, Brian, don't buy this. No, Brian. You don't need this.
You'll buy it.
No.
I mean, yeah, we know a couple people who will feel obligated to buy this.
Yeah, I am narrowing my collection, and I am doing a really good job of getting rid of things. I don't need this, but it does look awesome. I might get it for my kids. Their collection, it doesn't matter. It's really slapdash.
Yeah, I mean, by the time this comes out, probably your youngest will be perfect for this.
Yeah, this is awesome. Okay, was anything else news-wise?
Was that the last thing on the list?
Yeah, it was.
Then I guess not.
Okay, let's jump to what we got this week, and I want to start first, and I'll start with what.
Yeah, because you got a story.
What you didn't get?
What I didn't get this week. So 2 weeks ago today, I had bid on an auction before that, but the auction ended. It was for, how I've been collecting these Transformers, the Happy Meal 1985 St. Louis McDonald's things.
Yeah.
So it's inconclusive as to like what all colors and versions are out there, but there's 24 quote unquote like canonical, I'll say, versions out there that were advertised at McDonald's, like on the Happy Meal box and on the Happy Meal advertisement. in the store. So I have 22 of them.
Damn,
Yeah, I have 22 of 24.
that's amazing, dude.
Yeah, well, I've been working on it for a few years.
Yeah, I know.
And but the two that I'm missing are versions of Brawn. And I have not come across them. Whatever. But I will, I need them. Well, I found an auction 2.5 weeks ago where somebody was selling all 24 versions, all 24 toys. So, including the two that I'm missing. And I'm like, holy crap, that may be the only way that I have of getting those two anytime soon. I'm like, do I spend the money to buy that now? I could resell. I could have a massive photo to post just for like clout. Like, look what I have. And then sell the 22 duplicates. So I said, sure, I'll do it. Even though the seller, 100% feedback on eBay, 100%. Never sold an item, only like 24 positive feedback. And the account was pretty new. And I knew going in, don't say, Brian, well, you're an idiot. I knew going in that there was a risk. So I did a reverse image search of like their listing. I couldn't find it online. There's not that many people out there with all 24 of them. So, with the fact that they had 100% feedback, and this is a very obscure photo that I don't know where it came from if they didn't take it, I went ahead and said, okay, and knowing that there is an eBay money back guarantee. If I don't get the item or it's not as described, they will refund my money. eBay money back guarantee. That was the number one reason that I decided to risk it. I'm not going to say how much it went for, but it was more than $5. So I bought it, paid for the auction. I used PayPal Pay in 4 because it was a rather large sum.
And you get an extra layer of protection with that too.
Yeah, and you get an extra layer of protection. So the next day, they sent me the tracking number. Fine, great, wonderful. So a couple days passed. The tracking number still showed pre-shipment status. So I messaged them. It's like, hey, when is this going to ship? Was it supposed to be here like tomorrow? No response. A few days later, hey, when is this going to ship? Because it's supposed to have been here like 2 days ago. No response. So as soon as I could file a claim, I filed a claim. And the claim, today is Sunday as we're recording this, the claim they had until Friday at midnight to respond. No response. Friday, 8:30 p.m. My shipping status changed to delivered. What? And they had responded. Here's the tracking number. It shows that it was delivered and the customer had signed for it. And I'm like, oh, no, I did not. So what I did is I checked the tracking information, and the tracking number was for a shipment to my zip code that had arrived like earlier that week, like on Monday. But I noticed a couple things fishy about it. One, the weight on the item was about 20 times the weight. It was over 20 pounds, over 20 times the weight of what it would have been. Two, the shipment was for a completely different state. The eBay item was being sold from Massachusetts, even though later I found out the account's listed for Argentina. Whoops. But it's supposed to ship from Massachusetts. This shipped from Georgia. And I noticed something funny about that. It looked like a city that I've received several shipments from. And this tracking number is actually from Amazon. And it is to my zip code. It is not to me. I did not sign for it. It showed that it had been signed for, actually just been signed off by the FedEx guy, whoever it was. Did not come to me, came to somewhere in my zip code. Apparently, there are forums on the internet where you can buy, sell, and trade tracking numbers to zip codes for the purposes of scamming, real legitimate tracking numbers. But the tracking number is just something to a specific zip code that can show that something was delivered so that you can scam people out of their purchase price or whatever. So I filed the claim. I updated the claim with eBay. Said, well, one, this is not the original tracking number. Two, this shows I didn't sign for it. This is 20 times the weight of what it should be. And the original tracking is still showing that it was pre-shipment. So it's pretty clear, cut and dry that this is a scam. But eBay is the eBay concierge service because of the high value of the item. Again, more than $5. So they are reviewing it now. PayPal's already actually refunded me part of my first payment of paying for. So, I mean, I'm not worried about the not getting a refund on it, but it is kind of a pain in the butt. But knowing that I needed those two toys, I risked it, and in this case, I lost. So it's interesting that this would actually happen with Transformers, especially something as kind of obscure as this. You would think this would be like a PS5 or, an iPad or something that more people would actually want. But no, in this case, it was 24 St. Louis McDonald's Happy Meal Transformers from 1985.
It's such a weird item to I guess you can do it with anything, but like I just automatically go to like computers or video game systems or something like that.
Yeah.
Like something that, it's like yours is very obscure.
Yeah. I guess part of that is they knew that it would go for something. So they had to have some information on, Transformers, had to have some knowledge of it.
Yeah.
And it's a very obscure image. I was not able to source the image. So it's possible that they own it. And they just decided to scam me. And JT Prime is like, this scammer knew Kilby would bite.
Yeah,
There
exactly.
could be some truth to that. Because there's not that many people on the internet who are publicly buying these up like I am. So
Yeah.
it's possible. Not likely, but it's possible. But yeah, I only need two more. So if you have like Brawn from that line, hit me up because there's a few colors that I need that I don't have. So of 6, I've got 4 of the bronze. Now, there are several other colors out there that are not official that I've never seen photos of, but people that I know swear they exist. So I may be buying these forever. But yeah, it's funny. But what I did get this week, I did get the G1 reissue Starscream, the repaint. And I didn't think I was going to like it, but I love it.
Oh,
Looks
don't tell me
really
that.
good in those in
Yeah, it's
in
pretty.
those colors.
It looks so good. I was not going to get it, but I'm glad I did. Now, I've lost.
Look at it, diecast.
Yeah.
So nice.
Yeah, I've lost one of his null the quote null rays. I don't know where it is. I only have one of them. So I have the missiles in right now, the really long, weird missiles. But I love it.
Yeah, the missile launcher on the one I've got on his left arm right now is got like a hair trigger on it.
Let's see here, and I also got Tarn. So
Ooh,
Nice.
who got Tarn before me?
I have Tarn.
So you like it?
Like the robot mode is a little bit smaller, skinnier than I'd ideally like, but I mean to fit in the Voyager price point, I get that. The posability is really good. It's very flexible. It's G-Axis has the bulk I want. This has posability equal to that, and I just wish it was more of a physical match to G-Axis. I found the transformation to be a little bit like, I guess the word I want to use is overwrought.
Oh, it sucks. I hate the transformation.
Yeah, the transformation is not especially fun, but at least everything does like snap together, and the tank mode is solid when you get it compacted down. So like I appreciate that at least. It's a shame that Tarn of all characters is no fun to transform because Tarn in fiction had a transformation addiction.
Yeah. His transformation sucks, but everything else is pretty great. And Chris's opinion is my opinion, so I'll shut up, and that's pretty much it.
And then we're getting this mold again later this year as Bludgeon.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to see that bludgeon before I decide if I'm gonna get it, because like I have the Robots in Disguise 2015 Deluxe bludgeon or Warrior class bludgeon, which like it's small, yeah, but I really like that toy as bludgeon also. So like it's gonna take something kind of special for me to really want to replace that, or even I guess supplement that in my collection.
How's
Yeah.
it look next to Legacy Evolution Skullgrin, out of curiosity?
Bludgeon or Tarn?
Bludgeon.
I don't have Skullgrin, come to think of it, so that was a useless question for me to ask you, actually.
So
Oops.
I was thinking
Sorry.
that Bludgeon was GDO, but that was Megatron that was based. It was,
On Bludgeon, yeah.
Yeah.
That Bludgeon
that-
was the 2009 from Revenge of the Fallen
Yeah.
post line.
Yeah, Hunt for the Decepticons, I think.
I think it was actually still in Revenge of the Fallen packaging. They didn't
Okay.
change to Hunt for the Decepticons until the like 2010 to 2011 product year,
Gotcha.
I believe.
Yeah.
Sounds right. I'll go with it.
Yeah. I don't. I'll get it, but yeah. Okay. So that's what I got and didn't get.
And that's all I got this week. So
Okay. Cool. Diecast. What about you?
I got Michael Bay. I mean Freezer, who's very like. I feel like if Michael Bay was a Transformer, this is what he would.
Because he's
be.
handsy. Why is that?
He's just very. It's very 2007 Transformer design.
he does look like Movie Frenzy.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah, I can see that.
He's just a little crazy looking and totally non G1. I got him.
That's fine though, because he's a movie toy.
Yeah. Yeah, that's and then I also got good old Battle Trap,
Nice.
I still need to get that.
who looks nice. Yeah, and he looks. I got to get him out of the box, but just this.
That shipped to you, I guess, or did you didn't find it in stores, right?
No, I didn't find it at the stores. That came from
Pulse?
Hasbro Pulse.
Okay. Oh, also, that reminds me. I'd forgotten that it was actually on the shelf. It's been out for months and months and months now. But I actually saw a kid at Target who was so excited to find the Voyager Galvatron from Studio Series.
Oh, cool.
It was so weird, and it was kind of like, if I didn't see it myself, I would totally say that whoever told this was lying. But he walked in, he ran to the toys, grabbed Galvatron. It's like, whoa, really? It's like, it's a Voyager? Thanks, Hasbro. And he was like, he was just looking at it and then ran off with it. He was so happy to find something I wouldn't pay a nickel for. It was surreal. I thought if you told me that like they were recording a commercial or something, I would have believed you. That's the first time I've seen a kid buy a Transformer in forever. Yeah. So yeah, that was just odd, but it was great. It was a wonderful kind of odd. Matt, did you get anything?
I got a couple non-F upgrade kits. I got the point blank kit to give him double jointed elbows,
Nice.
and his missing spoiler turned out really good. The blues are a mismatch on mine. That's in the text on the website. It even lets you know up front that the colors aren't necessarily going to match, but mine is a fair shade darker than the rest of the toy. But
And I think if you're just going in it for the elbow upgrades, there are non-blue options for those parts that you can select when you buy the kit.
I know initially he had some blue and some red. I don't know if there's any left or not, but you have to specifically ask for those when you order the rest of the kit.
Yeah.
And I also got the rubbish upgrade set for Studio Series Wreck-Gar,
Who made that?
non-F.
Okay.
And it is really nice. I did not put all the parts on. I left a couple off because I put on everything that you don't have to remove for transformation. So he's got his new spiky knee pads and some exhaust pipes there on his waist, a new chest plate, and just a wonderful, wonderful head sculpt. It comes with two options. I went with face plates because I love me some robots with face plates. And yeah, like well done. like totally happy with it. But yeah, that's all I got this week.
Now, if you use that on like Retgar and Junk Heap, would they come out looking different?
Well, Junk Heap does have some different parts, like I think the chest and the arms are a little bit different. So
Would it be noticeable? Like, would you have 4 Junkions?
it wouldn't work.
Okay.
The
Okay.
add-on part would not fit over Junk Heap's remolded chest.
Okay.
Is the main problem here.
Okay.
Yeah, some of the parts you could reuse, but like you could totally use the head.
Yeah.
But the chest plate would not fit.
Okay. Okay. Cool. Don, do you get anything? Is Don even here? I haven't heard him talk in a while.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes. Now I can hear you.
Yeah. I was flipping the switch on the simple mechanical switch. I've got a very eclectic mix again. It's well, thanks to tfradio.net/Amazon, I'm now the proud owner of about 6 new bookcases.
Nice.
So
Nice.
that's for downstairs.
What kind did you get, Don?
It's the very simple. It's the tube ones you put together with no tools required. I've got a specific setup in mind, but right now I need something quick to assemble to empty the stuff behind me downstairs when we get the floor redone from we have a subfloor breakage.
Oh yeah, you
and
mentioned that.
our laminate was not put in right, and it's basically going to cause us to redo the entire upstairs because this stuff cannot. We were only going to do
that sucks.
we were only going to do the main affected area, and we wanted to save what was good. So if the remaining rooms needed to be patched, we'd have the matching laminate just to repatch it. But apparently you can't really pull up and put down this style of laminate. It can't really be patched. So it's either we do some now and do some later, or we're going to have to redo the whole upstairs 1.5 years after moving in because it's disintegrating. This stuff is basically Ollie's level. That's someone else's words, not mine. But basically, that's what's happening: is the laminate is disintegrating. So all this up behind me, even though you can't see it, it's going to have to go downstairs because it will eventually have to be redone. But anyway, got a bunch of weird stuff just later displays down the road. I had from doing a Target Circle rewards thing a few months ago. I had a gift card built up, and so I've got a couple of things. Off topic, I got a Sakura figure from Naruto. That's going to go on my awesome figures that have no theme shelf because the theme is there's no theme on that shelf. I got Mirrorverse Belle because she looks pretty cool and her staff has the rose in it. So I don't know anything about the Disney Mirrorverse game. It's a cool looking figure. I went to a Target and found.
So wait, Mirrorverse did what? Repeat that. Mirrorverse what?
Sorry, Mirrorverse Belle from Beauty and the Beast.
So that's what I thought. I'm like, what the hell is Belle?
Sorry.
I'm like, is he talking about Beauty and the Beast? There's no way he's talking about Beauty and the Beast.
Yeah, I'm sorry. It's going to go on my shelf of figures that have no theme, and that's the theme of the shelf. But it's just a cool looking figure, and it's the only one I've seen. I found a Target that had the live action Moon Knight. I've already got one, but they had them on clearance for $10. So I got a second one. I figured that you can't go wrong with the second Moon Knight. If I lose a piece, I've got some extra parts. Went to a GameStop and had my $5 power thing, and they had a few figures on special. So I got another Crimson Guard, the number 50 classified Crimson Guard, because that outfit looks awesome. And now that I've got Zaymot and Tomax, I need more than one.
GameStop. So it's out because I've not.
It's been out. I've had one for a couple of months, but I had not seen a second one because I figured Crimson Guards are kind of like sweeps. You need at least 2 or 3 to make it look right.
I've got 0.
So I got that, and then I picked up another Cobra Viper at another Target, just again to have 2 Vipers. I'm not trying to go too deep on classified, but I am actually troop building for the first time in my life. So there's that. And the last off topic I got was I picked up the New Adventures of He-Man from Masterverse, which is the He-Man in Space version for those who may not remember. It was the sequel series to after the original
I
Masters of the
I saw it
Universe.
and skipped it.
Yeah, it's just I've got the MOTUC version, but I only was able to ever find one, and the aftermarket on him is absolutely outrageous. So now I can leave that one in the packaging because that, for all of Matty Collector's faults, they did do a nice packaging job on their figures. So I do have that.
Aren't we getting an Origins version of that one?
I don't know. It's
I would
again,
buy that.
I am being very cherry picking on the Masters verse. Like I got the Frosta again, and she's going on the shelf of characters that have no theme. It's the theme.
Yeah.
But there's that on topic. I picked this up with my friend Icon 45 on Twitter. It's the Nest Ratchet. Because I thought he needed it. He didn't, so I'm debating whether keeping it or not. But I've got that. They had Bone Crusher, but it's like my Bone Crusher is fine. I don't pay $35 for a Voyager that's been sitting in my box for a very long time. A few people on Twitter, when I commented on Earthspark, Twitch, and Megatron being something of a letdown, they said that the Bumblebee figure was actually as close to a Generations figure in quality and stuff. So I got the Bumblebee. I'm gonna give the Bumblebee a try. I may keep them Android parts. I may sell them on eBay. I don't know. I got at that GameStop when I had that. I went ahead and they had a Magnificus sitting on the shelf. So I went ahead and got that.
I'm sorry.
I don't know. It's just the fact that we were down there and we went to that was when we went to the Brazilian place for Valentine's Day, and I want some new shinies. They have a new shiny.
That is not shiny. That is flat as can be, Don.
I know. But
Nothing shiny about that toy.
Yeah, but I went ahead and got Magnificus, and I got Battle Trap in from Pulse the other day. Looking forward to opening him up and seeing what's what.
Cool.
So yeah, just another weird mix for me of stuff that I got nowhere to put right now, other than on my tfradio.net/Amazon bookcases. But there we go.
Cool. Yeah. So I added that Crimson Guard to my pile of loot, and as soon as Masterpiece Skyfire comes in, I'll have it. So, and I Mandaraki's got a couple of those in, so people are getting them. So it's just a matter of time till Big Bad gets theirs in.
Yeah.
Cool. Rob, did you get anything this week?
Yeah, I did actually get a couple of things. First off, Matt was nice enough as to send me Toei Spider-Man from my tfradio.net/playlist. That is a really nice figure. I'm pretty sure it's the first Marvel Legends figure I have gotten since the first Avengers movie.
Wow.
It has been a hot minute. I really should have picked up that War Machine from last year or the year before, but get to it eventually. But yeah, it is really nice. The head sculpt in particular, I just particularly like, because just the fact that they did manage to sculpt, like the vague shape of ears under this mask without making it too obtrusive or, completely goofy looking from most angles. It's like, that's how the mask fit. It's there, and it just looks good. So I was not used to opening these boxes and finding the
sleeve.
Yeah, the sleeve, the figures and the accessories come in the little like wax paperish bags. I was really expecting to find a packet of soy sauce in there. It is just really kind of strange. But
he should have come with a machine gun though.
Yeah.
He really should have.
Oh,
I feel like Disney probably vetoed that idea.
Would not shock me. The other thing I got is I did get Legacy Evolution Leo Prime / Lio Convoy, and it's okay. It's actually the first toy like actually based on this character design that I had. The only other Leo Prime I owned was the like universe one off of Cybertron Leo Breaker.
I forgot that.
And
yeah.
And it's not bad. It's a little bit fiddly to transform. It's not something I expect I'm going to be doing very often, but it does look good as a robot, and that's kind of what I expected and was shooting for. So I'm okay with it. But I think that's everything I got this week. Yeah, let's call it there.
Cool. Okay, sweet. Hey, I want to remind everybody about our Amazon list at, well, not our list, our Amazon referral link at tfradio.net/Amazon. We have I don't have an Amazon wish list for the podcast. We actually did for a while. Kind of weird. I took it down. But thank you to the one person who bought something off of it. I think that was for our 15th anniversary. God, that was a while ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. But our Amazon link at tfradio.net/Amazon. Anything you buy is, they don't charge anymore, but Amazon slices off just a little bit and sends back to us. It really helps us out, and it doesn't cost you a cent more than you're already spending on Amazon to buy your toilet paper and toothpaste and all that stuff. Bookshelves, yeah. But also you can, if you are not already, join our Patreon at patreon.com/tfradio. And patrons, all patrons get an ad-free version of the show at a higher bit rate than our public feed. A weekly Patreon exclusive pre-show podcast when we record it. We didn't record one this week because, well, we recorded the show like 4 days late. If we have like a too hot for TV version of RFC, we do post an unedited version on our Patreon, as well as the regular version that goes out. You get the Hot 5 podcast a week early. Patrons at the Touch tier get to be on Hot 5. And Touch patrons get to be mentioned on the show each week and are also listed at tfradio.net/credits. And of course, our Touched patrons are Kevin Dorsey, AJ, Eric Griffin, Tyrell Gwynn, Rick Mahurin, Ryan Bona, Emmett Stresovich, Rabbits, Hector Bones, Ness, Joey Russell, Sean Williamson, Spider Bob, Jay Klein Rye, Sean Hamilton, Jacob Owen Lucia, and Sean Bratton. So thank you all so much. We really appreciate you. You are awesome. And again, if you want to sign up, go to patreon.com/tfradio. Let's see here. You can find all of our stuff at tfradio.net. We're on Twitter at tfradio, Instagram at tfpodcast, at facebook.com/tfradio. And of course, please sign up for our YouTube. Subscribe. That way you'll get a notification when we go live. It doesn't cost anything. If we could charge for that, we still wouldn't, but it's free. Just do it. You can find John DeLuna. John hasn't been on in a while, but I still want to mention John at that John D everywhere. Rob Springer. It's been a little bit longer since Rob was on. But Rob does have his Transform Squadron podcast. Actually, as you're listening to this, this should go up Sunday night. I hope to have Rob's podcast up Monday morning, so not long. Actually, I may switch that. If I'll have Rob's podcast up before this, and so if you're listening to this right now, just go one episode back in your podcast feed, and you will find his podcast. Let's see here. He is at RoboRob Springer on Twitter and at zonebase.org. And you can find me on Twitter. I deleted my Twitter this week, but after like 4 days, I turned it back on. But I'm at bkilby. So until the next time when I delete my Twitter, you can find me at Big Kilby on Twitter. I'm also at BrianKilby.com. And you can find me on Instagram at Brian Kilby. Don, how do people get a hold of you?
I can be reached on Twitter at HMRC, the number 4 EVR.
Diecast.
You can follow me on Twitter at Diecast2. I have a wish list at tfradio.net/diecast list. You can like my Facebook page at Reviews by Diecast. And you can see my reviews at tfradio.net. No, sorry. youtube.com/RFC reviews.
Rob?
You can find me on Twitter at Rob Flails. That's for my YouTube account, Flailthroughs. Still covering Gundam Battle Operation 2. Actually managed to get a couple of decent rounds. This week's mobile suit is the Superior Gundam. That round will be up on Monday. I managed to get that. Fun to mess with. did not get the update a video done this week, obvious reasons. But yeah, if you like what I'm doing over there, patreon.com/flailthroughs, you can throw money at me for it, and I will take requests. And if you would rather just throw objects at me, there is tfradio.net/playlist.
Chris?
Rob, do you think they're going to add the Deep Striker to Gundam Battle Operation eventually?
I wonder, because they've kind of eased off of doing space-only suits, which I'm kind of thinking the Deep Striker would have to be.
Yeah, it definitely would.
Yeah, so it's possible. If so, I have a feeling it'll be like a promotional thing where you can, unlock it through completing various missions rather than something that comes out as part of the weekly lottery. But
Well, maybe they'll at least give you the XS, if not the Deep Striker.
well, the XS is in there. That it actually got in before
Oh.
the Superior Gundam.
Huh,
So,
that's weird.
yeah, but
Okay.
yeah, Superior Gundam actually has an alternate beam smart gun that has the same kind of burst fire that the XS does. Naturally, I have the gun on one account and the mobile suit on the other.
Yes, of course, because why would you ever end up with both of them on the same place where you could actually put them to use properly?
Exactly. Gotcha games.
For more random discussions like this, you can check me out on our Discord, tfradio.net/Discord. If you want to check out my toy photography, playwithphotography.com. I also have occasional articles that I wrote that are up there that you can check out. And basically, I've got my Amazon wish list at tfradio.net/chrislist. So those are pretty much the ways to connect with me.
Sweet. Cool. I think that's it. Did we cover everything? Don, you're right. Don, you went first.
Yeah, Don went first.
Sweet. Okay, well, we're done. We'll see you this week.
In like 3.5 days.
3.5 days. I should have a pretty epic what we got this week.
Oh, I hope so.
Yeah, it's not going to be the things. It's not going to be those mini bots, but I should have something. I have something waiting for me at the post office right now. So
I hope there's a good story to go with that too.
just a really big bill.
Oh. Good night, everybody.
Yeah, see you next week. Bye.
So
Recording
is Walmart
stopped.
retail actually getting any Galaxy shuttles, or what's the deal?
Probably not. Like, we have nothing that I know of has said outright that they're not coming. But the thing they said on the conference call that for the spring period this year, they're focusing on movie stuff for exclusives, and the price tags disappearing from Walmart's planograms.
Are they just setting like in their distribution centers or what?
I mean, at this point, I imagine like if they're not being moved out through the website, they've probably already been sold off to Ollie's or Ross or whatever. Like maybe they made Hasbro buy them back, but I don't think at this point it doesn't seem like Walmart has a place for them in what they're doing right now.
Okay.
Well, they seem to be shelf warming in Canada from what I've seen.
Yeah, I've heard that too. I mean, they will be here too when they hit discount retail. Like, there's got to be a pretty solid quantity of them that just never got anywhere because Walmart, last night hot rodded them basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wish they'd clearance out the first wave of Velocitron.
Yeah, it would help. The thing is, they're not going to because of that wave 1.5, so it's still technically a current SKU.
Okay, then how about Legacy Wave 1? Because my pigs are still full of that too.
My local Walmart finally got Legacy Wave 2 in like 3 weeks ago for the first time ever. 6 months after it came out at Target.
I just hope they don't movie hot rod because I really want to get that thing.
Yeah, me too.
That seems less likely because like we knew the G1 reissues were going to ship in solid cases, which would mean they would come in one at a time.
Okay. That makes sense.
Those price tags are still there.
Good.
So
Yeah,
there's no sign right now that that's on the chopping block yet.
Yeah, and we've already seen like future things for that assortment, haven't we? Hound was part
Yeah.
of it.
Oh, Hound, yes.
And there's a mystery fourth one that I don't think we know for sure what it is unless JT Prime does and has said, and I don't remember.
I don't remember.
He did allude in the chat to a Thundercracker earlier. I don't know if that's just like speculative
easy one
wishful
to
thinking
do.
or that's the inside knowledge going. But like I agree, the G1 mold in Thundercracker's cartoon blue would probably look really nice.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's
I'd have
just-
to get
A
that.
couple years ago, when they did the last time they did these round of retro G1 figures, they took a fan vote for what should be next, and Skywarp won that and never got
Never came
released.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember.
Oh, like I said, I've been to several Walmarts, mine locally and the ones out of town, and there is no tag for Hot Rod. The only tag up for the retro is Starscream, and he comes in a case of 4.
Yeah, and that's going to be the case until they sell through the Starscreams and cycle to the next assortment.
Okay. Hey, people watching live, I'm going to end the stream. So thank you for being here.
Yeah, thanks everybody for showing up for impromptu-ish stream out of nowhere.
Yep.
We'll try to be more normal next week.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we will.